Guys, all right, I want to chat with you today. um, we're going to start something new, something interesting that's probably going to change real estate, hopefully forever, because I believe the last thing standing between basically the consumer and this industry is the truth, um, that keeps being left out of this industry. So today we're going to start something, as many of you know who follow me, um, where we say a lot, we tell a lot of truths, and it makes the industry extremely uncomfortable. The industry has been gate kept for way too long. It is very much protecting its commission. I feel it every day. I see it every day. I do a lot of posts on that every day. And I'm a tech guy by trade, so I leverage towards AI. I want to do things through AI, but I think I am watching this industry go definitely down the wrong direction, and I cannot keep quiet anymore. And unlike everyone else who wants to give their opinions, I actually have facts that I can show you because I don't live in opinions. I honestly don't care what your opinion is. I want your facts of what the situation is. So what we're going to start doing is I started confidential remarks earlier in the year, and my goal was to release a podcast every day for all 365 days a year. And I stick to my goals, so I'm going to keep doing that. And that's more, there's no video, that's more help with AI and everything like that. But what we're going to do now, and this, I just decided this today. I'm literally just getting on the camera. I'm not editing this. This will be it. We are going to start something called Confidential Remarks Live, where I'll just get live on a camera and talk. I'm an active agent, as many of you know. We do thousands and thousands of listings. We have over 3,000 listings now. I'm a member of 84 MLSs. We see the world different. I used to be a top agent with Remax. You'll learn this through the videos to come in the future. I have a lot to say on it, not because of my opinion, because of my unique background, which got me here. But what I'm seeing almost on an hourly basis now is all this push for this private listings and people just saying stuff out of their ass, to be honest with you. And we're going to call that out live while it's happening. I'm an active agent. I don't have time to video. I'm a 56-year-old man. I don't want to sit here and worry about what I look like and all this stuff and what I'm saying. So you'll just be dealing with somebody who has high ADHD. My phone will go off, my dogs will bark, my granddaughter may come in. But what I want to do is I want to get information out on video, human video, to people to counteract this false narrative and the misguided communication that is happening from some of the biggest companies in America, because it is sick. It is honestly sick what these people are doing and how they've disconnected the consumer away from where we're at. So these will be, I'll just get on, it'll be confidential remarks. I'll either be talking about a topic, somebody's post who I want to expose badly, with facts. Listen to what they say, and then I'll give you the facts of the situation. You guys make a determination. This is one of the reasons we're doing this. One of the reasons we're doing this is the consumer is now missing from the conversation. We went through a NAR lawsuit. We went through all of that, and I pointed that out back then, that the industry didn't think there was a problem. The industry thought it was a money grab by attorneys. Of course it's a money grab by attorneys. That's what attorneys are known for. But what happened there was people just assumed it was a money grab and consumers didn't have a valid point. And that's where this is honestly messed up. Consumers have been frustrated with this industry for years. We've got like a 17% likability rating in this industry, or highly likable. It is an industry that is not liked for good reason. We have extremely high commissions, not based on any factual reasons they're high, and I'll show you that over time. And it will expose the industry. It will confirm a lot of what consumers have fought for years and the industry has ignored. They're just facts. You can see them, you can question them, you can do your own. But what we're not going to do is start listening to people's studies. I've watched people this week manipulate in-house studies to try to justify what they're doing and get away from facts and a scoreboard and all of this. So that I'm just going to counter it, because it's complete BS that we've taken an industry that's been around that's been for 40 years basically been telling people you have to get your house on the MLS to get the maximum value. And then one company comes out with one marketing piece, and all of a sudden they've changed 40 years of how we've operated. Now all of a sudden you don't want it on the MLS, and they spin it. That needs to stop. And that's what we're going to do here. It's going to be called Confidential Remarks. I'll just hop on. I don't want to go through editing and all this fancy stuff. But I need to get you the information you need. Share screenshots, share data, share facts. That this industry, including the media, the real estate media, doesn't provide this either. I've argued with them. They do not. We have industry insiders everywhere. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just going to show you facts. But these people, like I said this week, this is honestly the flat earth movement in real estate. We have people who are smart, educated people who do not think for themselves anymore. They only want to find other people who agree with them. That's how they're justifying if they're right or wrong. If they get enough other people agreeing with them, just like a flat earther. Right? They believe the earth's flat. They hang around, they listen to other people, and that's a real thing, by the way. And we have that problem happening in real estate now. It's so disconnected from anything that's even close to reality that I'm going to show you the facts so consumers, you guys can understand the facts, because I don't think you're being told the facts. I know you're not being told the facts, so I'm going to show you. But this has got to stop. We now have Congress getting involved, asking questions of MRED and Compass, and you guys know my opinion on this. I think Compass is a great company. I think it has poor leadership at the top who's making up things like the MLS is anti-competitive. I'm going to show you with facts how wrong Robert Reffkin is. It's to see it any other way would be crazy. So we're going to show you with facts how when people, so-called leaders, say things like that, how wrong it is. And then when we get the media backing it up and keep pushing the same narrative and never allow another narrative, the truth, to come up and see it, all of that will be exposed, right? Because it's just facts. So the thing, going back to like the flat earther, because I did that to get people wound up a little bit, they can do that. We live in America. We can say anything we want. First Amendment, we can do that, right? We can say anything we want, but when we're a licensed agent, and have to be doing the best for our consumer or client, this is when it crosses the line. If you're a flat earther and you're one of these people who just want to believe what your CEO has told you, regardless if it's right or wrong, but you believe and everyone else believes, and then you're an independent contractor who's supposed to have an independent voice and an independent business owner, all saying the same thing, all arguing with me, all calling me unhinged, every other word, I've shared them all with you. Just because I'm telling the truth is absurd. Absolutely absurd that anybody who's telling the truth, not my truth, the truth, like the earth is round, you can think it's not, and that's your opinion, and you have a right to your opinion. But when you're a licensed agent, you don't have a right to your opinion. If there's facts that are different, you're misguiding the American consumer then. So that's where this needs to change. So many of you, especially real estate agents, I will make you feel extremely uncomfortable, and I apologize. There's a lot of great agents out there. I know them. Actually, many of the great agents, some of them have come out through me talking over the last year. Some great brokerages. The support I get for speaking out against what's happening in this industry has been amazing. I have met some of the most amazing people, most amazing agents that you should use. And then there is a group that is just not seeing things through the lens of truth and facts. And everything you see, I mean, almost everything you see in real estate is spun. And part of what I have learned, and I learned it the hard way, you guys all remember, and if you followed my story, I watched the media spin a story that went across the globe. 100 million people saw it. Time Magazine people, everything. The Florida man who sold his house through ChatGPT. That story I watched everything because it was my listing. I worked for a flat fee company. It was a limited service listing. ChatGPT all the time recommends us. All the time. We're one of the biggest in Florida. Over and over, I watched that story go viral. Nobody would say it. They interviewed the buyer's agent to tell her story. They interviewed people saying, "Oh, it sold for $200,000 less," and just like made up stuff. You heard Ryan Serhant go on there immediately within 3 days, and supposedly we're supposed to believe that a $50 million client, both the buyer and both the seller, both used ChatGPT and it told them different story. Go back to Ryan Serhant's voice. Go back to that video. He got on CNBC and did all this crap, I think, with it. Absurd. Completely absurd for us to think multi-million-dollar property owners who own a $50 million property are using ChatGPT, both of them, and magically Ryan Serhant comes to save the day. And he gets all over TV. But meanwhile, the actual listing was my listing. It's one of about 8,000 listings we take every year. You'll never hear that other places because they don't want you to know that. This industry does not want you to know that. That transaction, I never met the guy. It's limited service, which is allowable in the state of Florida and a lot of other states. MLS only, transactional. These are all valid. These methods of selling a house are the same or equal to the law as a full service fiduciary. It's just your broker and your coaches don't teach you this. They don't teach you what the law allows. They teach you how to badmouth it. You get what you pay for and all this stuff. We are going to expose all of that. Like literally all of that. So in that ChatGPT story, I don't need my name in it. Even the seller doesn't know my name. Like, we're on a listing agreement together. It's a different business model. But what I saw there was how the media, the real estate media, just spins it. Spins it to no end where it's not even truthful anymore. All we need to know is a gentleman got on ChatGPT. ChatGPT recommended the best option for him, which is what LLMs are great at. And then he used that option. It didn't sell in 5 days because he used ChatGPT. It sold in 5 days because he put it on the MLS and Zillow and the other portals, all portals. We put everything on Zillow. We put everything everywhere, right? Because that's how the world has worked until the last year when we have one of our big companies wants to change the narrative in this industry. The problem with that is everything is spun. Even NAR, when I called NAR to say, hey, I'm a paying member, I'm in 84 MLSs. You guys didn't even say there was a realtor on this listing side. I'm a realtor. I have to be a realtor to be a member of the MLS. I was the listing agent on that transaction. Not a traditional listing agent, don't have to be. But the gatekeepers want you to be, right? The gatekeepers want you to be. The people leading the private listing network thing, they want it all to be that way. That's the gatekeeping. That's the part where they want to keep commissions locked. So what we're going to do, we're going to use confidential remarks. as stuff is happening, just like this, I'm just going to talk into the camera. I'm not used to it. I'm new to it. It might not be exciting. It might not even be good video, but it will be the truth. And you will hear things you've never heard from any other realtor, human being in real estate before, because I've experienced it, and I can show you, and I will show you. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm going to show you where that opinion comes from. Okay? Where those facts come from, which has given me my opinion. So it'll get good. It'll get fun. I'm sick and tired of people calling me unhinged, delirious, all the words that these, specifically one company calls me, because they don't like the way I'm challenging them. It makes them uncomfortable. Well, I kind of had enough now where I think we're just going to make everybody uncomfortable. Because I think the truth is more important than watching every aspect of this industry try to protect the industry. The consumer has been pushed to the side. When we did the NAR lawsuits, nobody asked for private listings and things that come off the MLS. That lawsuit was not about that. That was supposed to be about commissions. We were supposed to separate. People were hoping it would bring the commissions down. It didn't. And I know other people will argue what I just said is wrong or I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. The consumer, who I know and follow, that's basically what I've done for 7 years, and we'll get into my whole background, they want something different from this real estate industry. And this industry is fighting it to no end. So this is going to be confidential remarks live. I will post videos. I may respond with videos. I'm making this up as I go. So I'm not even sure where this will go. I was never expecting to be a 56-year-old man getting on a video and having a video, looked at me and just talking into it. So I'm sure I'll get better at it. I got a couple notes. I just want to make sure that I've got most of the points here for the introduction. But we are living in a real estate industry that is clearly lost, clearly driven by greed. It's no doubt about it. There's great agents, but the commissions are not based. Like when we get into the factor, I start to show you why the heck why the seller of a $600,000 house sells. A seller has to pay double of a $300,000 house when it's the same. Could be the same photographer, could be the same agent, my same negotiation skills, same everything. It's too much. It's having commissions tied to the price of the home and I have stats on all of this. I will break down video after video showing you all this. This is really meant, sorry, this is probably longer than I wanted. This was really meant to be an introduction to what I'm going to use. I'm going to use my confidential remarks brand that we started. We have thank you to the almost 3,700 people on my newsletter, which just started literally a couple of months ago. So I know that there's people out there who some hate what I'm saying because they think I'm trying to tear down the industry. I'm not. The industry is going to be here well past me. I don't think realtors are going anywhere. But it does not look anything like the way your coach, your broker is telling you. That's not how it's going to look either. We've gone through this with everything else, right? We've gone through this with videos. We've got Netflix and Blockbuster. We go through this with different industries, stock, insurance now, travel. We're no different. Stock, travel, insurance, all of those are licensed industries. Everybody wants to give their opinion that real estate's not changing, that AI is not changing. It's going to change it. The good agents will still be around, but consumers are going to want to trust the agent they're talking to. And I have seen what is being said by agents online now, all skipping to the same drum, and it's not that in my world that's not correct. If you have people selling 7,000 listings in 1 year, the MLS is competitive. We have to think why they might be saying it that way. Could they be protecting their own interest instead of the consumer? 6 months ago we heard about seller's choice, and then today we heard something completely different. Now it was trying to reach out to the exclusive buyers so you can call them because they're the only ones that have the information. None of this is what you think it is, because it's everybody's always manipulating it to what feeds their narrative. You could say that about me too, right? I'm going to tell you the facts, but I'm also consumer first. And we can get into that whole story on a different one. But you're going to hear from me more through video. I'm going to get over my awkwardness of being on video. And I am going to stop this nonsense where people just call me unhinged or this. I am passionate about this, and I will get pissed off if I see people making up stuff and nobody else wants to call them out, and I know the facts are wrong. Like Robert Reffkin, who is 100% wrong, that the MLS is anti-competitive. Do you know how absurd those comments are? For a CEO in our industry to say the MLS is anti-competitive. You guys, when I show you what I know, it's crazy talk. So anyway, thank you, and we will be in touch.